control it with helicopter?
Yes.
Was it Fabid who ordered the air support back because he didn't like the ground commander? Who was that?
That was Bavarian? No.
No, I think it was a Viking. I don't remember.
It was one of the Vikings. I can't remember. It was the really stupid one. Like there's the regular dumb one, and then there's like the extra dumb one.
No, I remember. Yeah, it was the extra dumb one. I remember him.
I remember that op. You insulted me, so you don't get air support. Meh.
What the fuck?
I wish I was paying attention to that.
People are petty. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna explain everything and then just call for slots. So for the teams listed as first, second, third, blah, 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 you guys are going to be in the field. The pilot and co-pilot, you're not going to be flying. You are literally a downed pilot. Your rules for Arsenal are just don't change your uniform. Don't take a different vest. You can fill whatever you want out of like a carbine or something that would realistically have been in the chopper. But you're not allowed to give yourself a backpack or anything. So you're very limited if you're in the pilot or co-pilot slot. If you're anywhere from the 1-0 to the scouts, play your role. Just note, there shouldn't be any long range or short range radios. This is all going to be done legitimately. The background for this is your chopper went down, your radio got smashed, and now you are literally just trying to survive. Your background is you were coming from a 2-day stealth mission. You didn't fire a shot, but you had stuff for day and night operations, so you're allowed to bring any sort of equipment that you could use to get a chopper's attention. So you still have a big freedom in the arsenal. Also, real quick, the weaponry from the Unsun mod, in terms of the magazines, are not compatible with any of the SOG Prairie Fire magazines. So keep that in mind. If someone's grabbing an M16 from Unsun and someone else is grabbing an M16 from SOG, try to streamline all of that, because otherwise you might not be able, actually you won't be able to share mags, so keep that in mind. The units you will be fighting will be from SOG Prairie Fire, so if you're trying to bring a gun with the intention of using enemies' mags when you get them, make sure you bring an SOG gun instead of an Unsun gun. I added both because there's some guns in either mod that aren't in the other one, so plus sorting both of those would have been a pain in the ass. Now, there's 2 recovery teams. This was just for infill to also have a group go in, but I would have given them a bigger helicopter. We're only going to slot the pilot and co-pilot for, let's see, if we have 30 people, one of them. So that would be under recovery team 1, pilot and co-pilot. You guys can change your pylons to whatever you want. All I ask is you don't bring any of the FL Flechette rockets because they will cause a desync spike on the server if used.
We'll keep it HE.
Yep.
Just stay standard. I'm going to fuck around with that.
Wolf, if you want to grab the pilot slot, because I know you expressed interest, feel free. It's under recovery team 1. Pick a co-pilot.
Iceberg, sure.
Now those birds can only, if there's both a pilot and co-pilot in there, they can only bring out 6 people at once. So for the teams, keep that in mind. You will have to do 2 trips, which means if you are extracting during a firefight, you will have to be very picky about who you bring out first. Otherwise, what I'm thinking is, let's see, there's 30 people on, so that's going to leave 27, excluding myself and the 2 pilots. These are 9-man teams. We could just do 3 full groups. So can I get a TL for team 1, 2, and 3, please? All right, can I get a TL for team 1, please? I mean, actually, it doesn't really matter because you're all, the 3 squats are taken, so just fill team 1, 2, and 3, and whoever doesn't get the slot is, well, gonna get that slot. So again, a reminder for pilot and co-pilots for these teams, do not change your vest, do not change your uniform. I didn't add it to the arsenal, but you can still add stuff to it. You're also all set to medics, and the medic slot is set to doctor, because this is a 1 life for all of you except the pilot and co-pilot. Helicopter respawn rate is 60 seconds. However, if you also get shot down, I'll have to send an AI helicopter to pick you up.
Bet.
Just like get shut down. Fine.
All right. So I'm going to give you guys, like, you'll all spawn in different areas in the main base. I'm going to give you guys 20 minutes to play Barbie. Actually, I'll be nice. Actually, no, that's opposite of nice. I'll give you 15. I will then, I'm going to pull out a random number generator. I have 5 different teleport spots. You might end up within a few kilometers with each other. You might end up on the opposite side of the map. Also, shift click is disabled. Have fun.
You should bring flare guns.
Oh, don't fucking tell them.
What are those?
Should have left.
I'll just
told them.
I'll just throw a smoke grenade up in the air. They'll see it.
Yeah,
Bro,
man.
just
And before
bring
they,
it.
yeah, and
Wait
before
for
they bring
nighttime.
smoke grenades.
Bro, I'll just shoot at the helicopter. That'll get his attention.
Yes, I would shoot
Hi,
traces
for
around
receiving
that.
ground fire
right?
from 3 o'clock low. Can we get some rockets on that
Yeah, I'll just
target?
fucking bomb you.
Everyone bring 80 sticks.
But
Later, I'll send
To
you
the
my
viewers, hi.
link in a second. My OBS is dying again.
okay.
So, anyone got any advice for a first timer?
Follow your squad.
Don't do
Use a
drugs.
lot.
Play your
play
role,
together.
follow your squad.
Don't get shot.
Don't get
But
shot.
if they're
If you're
Don't get shot is the best advice.
Yeah, if you're getting shot at, take cover.
Who's the first timer?
Don't stand there.
Two other quick
Harbor.
things I'll bring up just for Ace stuff. Ace hearing is on. Well, where will you
What do you
be
mean
when
when T4
T4 strikes? Yeah, I was literally just saying that in my chat.
Ask the people around you for help with A stuff. They will help you.
Yep.
And if they don't, well,
The dicks.
yeah.
Yeah, there are no
Yeah,
stupid
Someone
questions.
around you will help you.
Real
Make
quick,
sure you inject 10 sticks of morphine.
Hang on,
Ace-
Liru, go.
Ace hearing is on, so you all should spawn with earplugs, but in case you don't, they should be in the arsenal. Ace overheat is off, and that I think is it. So, just as you come onto the map, I'm showing you where your spawn point is. It can be literally anywhere on the map. I've got 5 random positions. You're unlikely to run into each other, but you might, just depending on how you guys pathfind. So have fun playing SERE. I'll let everyone get into the map screen as I see the hourglasses disappear, and then I'll push you all across.
Don't forget, no radios.
They shouldn't be in the arsenal except for in the recovery team's arsenals, but just in
Yeah.
case they aren't, don't touch them.
Even the SLs don't have any radios?
No. No LRs, no
shit.
SLs. Welcome to Pure SERE.
All our
No
shit is
radio for
broken.
you.
Are
fucking shack.
friendlies or not?
They forgot the wrong radio crystals.
There's only one blue flag on the map. Do with that information as you will.
So
Your
you
15
see-
minutes of arsenal time starts now. And the fun begins. How's everyone doing? Check History Hunter, how are you? Welcome to your first stream. At least that's your first message, so I don't know if it's your first stream or not. Oh, crap, it's doing that issue. Alright, 1 second. I gotta kill myself. Sometimes when you spawn in, it doesn't initialize the Zeus client, so I just respawn.
I'm gonna grab a flare launcher. Not that we'll need it.
Alright,
but
so
if we do,
I was just
be
respawning
ready.
to initialize Zeus for myself. You got your triple R trucks here. There's another bird over there for the second team. Feel free to use it if yours gets blown up. And everything you need should be in there.
Just don't park
Word.
right here, right?
Yeah,
Feel free.
don't park there with the other bird and vice versa so it doesn't respawn in itself. Respawn is a 60-second timer, and if you need me, I'll be on 5-0. This one should also have the radio backpacks for because I separated the arsenals.
Alright,
So
I was
anything that
gonna
says
ask if we're allowed to
RTO.
grab radios.
Yeah,
You're allowed to have radios, yes, but let's see. Yeah, there's no short ranges. There is also one built into the chopper, but I have a TFAR tower over there, so I can hear you from anywhere. So
they're very cool.
Righto.
You can hide them too.
yeah, no. For the MCO coming up, one of their command BTRs, I've got one attached to the command BTR, so it acts as like a radio extender.
Yeah, I
So
use
it's
those
nice.
For everything. I just
Mhm.
hide them and slap them around the map. So
Yeah, they're
those
dope.
Fucking stupid kids can talk to each other.
All right, I'm gonna teleport around the 3 squads because they're all out here. I just don't want them to coordinate with each other because I know they will.
Well, they'll try.
Well, yeah, you know they're gonna try.
Otherwise, I will be
I
back in a
sent you
bit.
the link. If
Yep,
it doesn't
I'll,
work, don't worry about it.
Yeah, right. I'll get that linked up in a second after I go through my rounds.
Mhm.
You're not gonna have camaraderie with the rest of us.
All right, let me make sure I did this right. Yep, you shouldn't have any RTO radios under backpack slot. I have one because I want to be able to talk to the pilots. No short ranges, but again, if you grab an Unsun AK, you won't be able to loot enemy ammo unless you pick up the enemy gun. If you take an Unsun M16 and someone takes a SOG M16, you won't be able to share mags because they're different types. So again, be careful about that. But if you want to be a total Chad and use my favorite gun, which is the they got rid of the Stoner Commando. They moved that to the Unsun mod itself, so you can't grab it anymore. Yeah. But the like the Map 49 from they did move that one too. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, Map 40.
There was still the KA-50 is like my favorite gun to run if it's not the SMG, but. You know, if you want to pretend to be a Navy SEAL, I also included the Mark UDG, the 6-shot underwater gun. Go nuts. But again, I would recommend you go it for the long haul. So.
Oh my God, yes, here it is.
That was a joke. I wouldn't actually recommend it.
As a medical around it.
And again, a reminder to the pilots: no backpacks. Can't change your uniform, can't change your vest, no backpack, and pilots had at best a carbine, not a frickin' that.
We can change helmets, right?
For SOG members, yes. For pilots, no. You're keeping what you got, because again, you're a pilot. You're not a. You were someone that got shot down. You weren't prepped for this. Going to the next group. All right, I'm just doing some rounds right now, guys. Just a reminder, pilots, make sure you're keeping your loadout. You can have a carbine, and you can trick that carbine out if you want. I already had to tell the other pilot crews to not. One of them wanted to bring a frickin' machine gun. It was kind of funny. But, I mean, that gun, for example, suppressed Swedish Yeah, no, there's none of that. The best you had was, like, a rifle, like what this guy had, like a carbine. So, again, keep that in mind. But the rest of you can trick yourselves out. Just, again, play your role. If you're a machine gunner, bring a machine gun. If you're a scout, you can bring a suppressed, the Swedish suppressed gun or something else. But, yeah, go nuts. I would highly recommend you also all pick the same uniform so PID isn't an issue, but you do you. Interesting. So I'm having some infill last second.
Vanilla compass.
Yep.
5 flares and 6 max. Okay, that's hello.
Look.
All right, 1 second. All right, 1 second. Let me, Iceberg said he's streaming, so if you guys want to see the pilot POV on the multi, I'm going to add that in. Awesome. And I'll give it a minute, because I think Angel's also going to go. I'm going to teleport over here. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to teleport you two to 2 different squads that are already in there, and you're just going to be like an extra man per the group.
Yep.
So I'm going to entirely randomize it. So we got Guess and Mata. 1 second. Just make sure when you get there to actually join their group so you can be on their interface and whatnot, so. Let's do... Let's do Guess over there. And Mata over here. Cool. Alright, I'm going back to my little radio spot. All right, let's see. So I'm going to give him a little bit extra than 15 minutes, but... I'm going to be really simple with this. We're going to do a... we're going to do these 3 spots. So these, I've got a purple civilian sound representing where I'm going. So we got 1 down chopper here, 1 down chopper here, 1 down chopper over here. So another advantage with doing this map for SERE is a lot of people haven't played a lot on Kisan yet. It's the newer map in the SOG Prairie Fire DLC, plus TSB itself hasn't done a lot with the map itself. So I think this will be a nice SERE exercise. Also, this is a nice test run for another project I'm working on, which is starting its progenitor phases, but this is going to be another project of similar scale and work to the MCO, but not of actual scale as like player quantity. It's going to be the opposite actually of MCO, but it's going to be something interesting, but it's going to require a lot of testing throughout various methods, which I originally wanted to do an RUF op today, but I got caught up with something family related, so I didn't have enough time to prep that, and a SERE op is a lot easier to prep because you literally just put the arsenals down, you put your restrictions down, and then decide where you're going to put them, and you can go from there. So it's not too bad. But anyway, what's up everyone? Wee Woo here. Today we're going to have 2 different streams today. One is me Zeusing, one's me playing on the ground in the 40k universe. They're going to pretty much be back-to-back, probably have about an hour in between the 2, but also this off, I don't know if they're going to be done in an hour or 3. I know the next stream is going to be in about 3 hours, though maybe a little less, so we'll see how things go. This is a SERE operation. Yep, so for those of you who don't know what SERE means, it's survive, evade, resist, escape. Basically, we're going to put the player base out in the field, and it's going to be up to Sniper Wolf and Iceberg to rescue them. Now, there's no long-range or short-range radios, except for what I have to talk to this bird right here that's going to be doing the rescuing. So, players don't know where they're going to go other than anywhere within this position. This is high, good check to pilot. And they're going to have to basically land nav their positions back to base. Now, in the past, there have been a few ways for players to cheat, quote-unquote, using things like third-person, shift-click, all that fun stuff. I banned all of it. I hard-coded it in the mission file. They actually have to use land nav today, and it's going to be hilarious. So, we'll see how things go. But it should be fun. Hey, Furry Wolf, how you doing? I'm bad at spelling too, don't you worry. And don't worry, I've got a glass of water right here. I'm checking my posture. I'm keeping in line with you guys. So SERE is literally just about throwing some occasional stuff at players and seeing how they go. Really, it's just going to be managing 3 different AOs here and working with everything around this position. So it should be interesting. It's also going to be a nice juggling of my Zeus capabilities because a Zeus usually should only limit themselves to focusing on one AO, you know, so they can give the most attention to a player base, but I like to challenge myself, and this is a nice example of that challenge. I'll be managing 3 different squads of infantry and 3 different AOs of units doing whatnot. So our global settings today, I'm going to have the AI be very alert, very quick to look, but very quick to aim, but really inaccurate. I'm actually going to lower this to 4. Because I can't remember. Do we have lambs in this? We do. Yeah, okay. So I usually lower it below 5% for lambs because lambs accuracy goes on some different track measures for Zen. So putting your accuracy to like 15% without lambs is the equivalent of putting it below like 5% with lambs. I'm doing all right. Went out with my mother for lunch. Talked about some family stuff. That was pretty nice. Oh, they're looking at digging the foxholes. That's cute.
I missed the original Super Bazooka.
Oh yeah, the OG one.
Yeah, the OG one. But I just got a big ass tube.
All right. I'm also watching to see if we have any more infill spawns from different groups, so I can just bundle them into the other squads. I think people are just experimenting. Thankfully, with the SOG Prairie Fire stuff, that music I know is also not copyrighted, so I don't have to worry about it. But that's an e-tool that they're messing around with. But Neutron, thanks so much for the 11th month resub. I hope you can, I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario as well. But what's also interesting about SERE Ops is I don't know if this is going to be like a 30-minute thing, if the player bases are going to be really lucky with the helicopter and be able to get everyone out like immediately, or this could be like a 2.5-hour operation of one squad gets lost and has no idea how to get the helicopter's attention. Just one of those things. 5 minutes. This is 1 life. When you get evac, you can. The server or stay on, but you can stream at that. Just don't matter. Whew. So we'll see how things go. And that's kind of why SERE's exciting. I've got like 2.5 hours for this, so I should, for 3 squads, that should be enough time to get them all back, but we'll see how things go. Well, Barbarian's not here. He's not really, I don't know, him and I don't really talk, you know? It's a good Liru... Wait, it's good Liru can stream and get a reliable 50 to 100 viewers.
Send in goats.
Crusader, it's never really been about the viewership for me. It's just been about the player base and having fun with it all, you know? I'm glad that you guys enjoy watching. Don't get me wrong. I'm thankful for that. Because without that, I wouldn't be able to make a living off of doing all this. But, I mean, my whole channel started by just, you know, standing by the players and Zeusing what they want to play. And I'll be honest, the reason I'm doing a SERE op today is because in our op host chat, someone mentioned we hadn't done SERE ops in TSB in a while. So I'm like, all right, yeah, let's do it. We will have another checkpoint RP op soon. I actually am going to finish up that documentation and release it by tomorrow. I've just been focusing on MCO stuff because I made an MCO for Korean War, found out it wasn't viable because of some mod issues, and then I had to completely make a new MCO for Cold War. So I had to do double the work, essentially, which was a pain in the ass. Caused me to get a little overstressed and snap at Bloodwayne, and we talked that out, but... Aye. Map tools don't work. Guess it broke in the crash. That's good to know. Map tools only work with vanilla maps. Good. Because they only have the SOG maps in the arsenal. I know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Didn't know that, now I do, but I'm not changing it.
Fuck you.
Oh yeah, Falcon I think is in one of the squads, which should be interesting, but... Yeah, all the better for SERE op, because, again, less reliance on tools, more reliant on just figuring things out. Just stating the rules for everything. I am glad to see Sniper Wolf back in one of my ops. Him and I haven't really been talking that much, and that's something that I will admit is on me because I haven't really been around in TSB because I've been so busy with a bunch of other projects and trying to get a front log on everything, but I'm hoping I'll be able to fix that by mid-February. Can we do a helicopter meta of the GOAT? What? What? Hey, DJ, how you doing? Thank you for the wave. From Emzakov's channel. SERE is survive, evade, resist, escape. But yeah, survive, evasion, resistance, escape, essentially. Now, I don't have, like, anywhere on the map where... like the villages and whatnot, I'm not gonna have anything serious. But if they do get next to like a an actual like NVA position, I will make that a little tougher because that's kind of like the luck of the draw. But I have not by any means mastered this map, so I have no idea how to juggle this essentially. other than, you know, they'll be walking by some abandoned US positions as well. There's some, you know, NVA positions that are clear here as well. So we'll see how things go. But again, all of this could go either way. But I will say, as someone that's also played on both Kisan and this map a few times through various different types of operations, but only a handful of ops, the Zeus interface and actually playing on the map, it's very different. But let's see, I'm thinking we'll do player in the versus group up there, the second group up there, and the third group down there. You're in quarantine? I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Looks like.
Alright, so they're down to carbines. Good. I just want to... I'm judging the pilots last second. Some shaved Thompsons. Yeah, that's acceptable.
Including the one in my gun.
See, I don't mind carbines or shotguns or, like, small submachine guns for the pilot co-pilot. I just want to make sure they don't have, like, Chad stuff. Oh, of course. No surprise. Alright, let's begin. Now, the reason I do it this way is to minimize people crashing when I teleport people in group, because sometimes if you teleport too many people at once, it
I'm moving.
it breaks everything.
No! Run away! Run away! Let's go! Never mind, I can see your leg.
Yes, I swear to God.
Can I put my gun out? Yes, I can. I can use my gun. Hey, Nail, did you want a bullet?
Please don't shoot me.
You have a 7.60.
But yeah, no. If you, so there's another reason, like, you know, when communities teleport like everyone back to spawn to do debrief, for example.
You can all get blood, but only I get back. So who's gonna break the eye?
Hey, look, I found the heli. Let's get out of here.
Minus 1 minute.
So when everyone gets teleported to one position, like in the 700 KD, and also known as TOC now, they... Wolf left a little early, but that's fine.
I always forget that we have an animation. Kissing.
Our turn. Alright, Skelly. Be attached to stand to the rocket launcher. Hey, Skelly. Oh, I would just like to let you know, Skelly, that might blow all.
Oh my god.
In the trick. This is puke-inducing. Thank God, please let me go. Door stop, please. I beg you, let me go.
Smash us into the shopper.
Let me go.
If I keep moving, it can't let you go.
God, I'm gonna go hide in the bush.
I'm guessing we can go.
How did we survive?
I think that was that.
Alright, and the mission begins. So right off the bat, I am going to send up the river to small boats. Just to kind of check things out.
Heli crew to command.
This is command send traffic.
The only friendly position is the combat base itself, correct?
That is correct. Everything else has been abandoned after the Tet offensive. Over.
Copy that.
Alright. So we're going to have some local cadres of Viet Con come down, basically go check out those crash sites. And set up some patrols here. But it's also dependent on where the... where the players went down, where I'll put units down. I'll be putting patrols in their way, for example. But again, the only start point I know of is the crash position, which, you know, I'm claiming that the groups that actually shot them down know where they went down, so they're just going down with local units to go investigate. But now it's just a matter of the juggle and how quickly some units might be able to get away. I'd expect this squad to be doing the best out of everyone, considering who's on it, but I will force a few
Liru.
engagements, see how they react, and we'll go from there. Jimbo Spike, how are you doing, my man? Dude, I think Vietnam, I think I've said this in the past too. My favorite era to Zeus and play in Arma is Vietnam. Originally, that was with the Unsun mod, and now it's with SOG Prairie Fire because it's the same devs, and I honestly do really, really like it, so it is quite fun. Just because there's so much you can do with it with such a, you know, a minimal mod set. So if you're close, you can actually hear these guys talking with each other.
There's a boat.
There's I'm at the boat coming in. Now this helicopter's whole point is to essentially lift off. Also, if I didn't say already, you guys are cleared to you know, take off and do whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna let him like flounder around for a couple minutes, then we'll go.
Yeah, that's fine. Good old Sniper Wolf.
Since we are doing CSAR and we have a bunch of down birds, do we know anything about what shot these guys down, or that just they're down?
Short range AA, they weren't able to relay Mayday positions in time. That short range AA is now based off of intel, unlikely to shoot you down. Over.
Okay, firm, we'll still be careful.
So now it's just a matter of watching the player base achieve all of this. We got this patrol going by. Are they going to engage it? Are they going to avoid it? This group has already started engagement. Oh dear. So whenever I hear sound, I'm going to basically have local stuff kind of attract to it. I'll be mainly using scout groups and trap squads. I don't want to do anything that's too big. Looks like this group also ran into something, so I will be running them over. Now, I doubt anything will be able to get over there in time, but we'll see how things go. Also, I'm going to avoid putting vehicles down in the AO because I don't want the player base to be able to steal them. So really, this is just going to be me juggling these 3 AOs very quickly and just trying to figure out which groups are going to need the most punishment out of everyone. But I'm essentially shooting for having...
Thank you for telling us.
Yeah, I have LRs.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
And let me guess, based off of the settings we don't have encryption on. Let's see, radio. That's an oversight on my end, because global settings, we don't have encryption on, do we? Because these are default settings. 1 second on that sub. Yep, radio code's disabled. But I assume he's also talking to the fact that these units by default, yeah, have their own short ranges. Which means anything with a long range should be fine. But yeah, no, so the AI have the short ranges by default. But it's the long ranges which are the issue. Alright. So you got some long range fire coming in. That's interesting. But DJ, thanks for giving Check History Hunter a sub. I hope you both keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. But what this essentially means is I do need to keep the groups down because I don't want to give them a long range radio. But yeah, so if I do anything in the future, I need to make sure they have encryption. I need to watch these guys just to make sure I don't give them anything that with a potential long range radio backpack. It's good to know. It's good to know. Because again, this is also testing something for a project in the future. We'll see how things go in that regard. So they're going to follow these groups here. Yeah, so we want to make sure that there's no RTOs given. Do a few boats down as well, let them go down that position. We'll put a few things in their way, because again, this is me also orientating myself with all this stuff as well. The scout squads do have long-range radios. Okay. Neat. But again, I'm learning. Slowly learning with everything.
Check.
They do have limited range, though. Which is interesting. That smacked that boat. But yeah, I know. So someone tried to call in with a long-range radio, but wasn't able to do it, which is pretty funny. So you got this group slowly sneaking around as well. Say they're on the trail there. You got one team walking by another, but there's a little bit of terrain in the way. Lambs, I'm also worried a little bit about Lambs, because Lambs will have AI just start auto-following and aggroing on units like that as well, so... Here, if I want to be really mean, I could do something like this. Why are you not registering the drive? There we go. Just a matter of juggling all these different AOs here. Now, they might have an opportunity to do an extraction here, and if they do, then I'm going to start hammering that position, but let's see how these guys behave. Because if they flare, then stuff's going to start getting really, really pissy. Ooh, not sure if they saw it. That's unfortunate. But now they know, hey, stick by the river, because that's where they're driving, essentially. Debating if I want to put a little river base here. Just something to keep air also occupied as they look around, you know? It's a Marine squad, which is a little out of place, but it's fine. Devour, I don't know. All I know is I myself am coming. They just ambushed a tank. Alright, I'm gonna put a few scout squads around a Viet Con here. Let's do some sappers. So I think they're gonna quickly adjust.
I gotta fix my legs on that.
Watching north.
I'm gonna basically have people go follow up with all of that. We're gonna delete all the stuff back here, bodies that they move past, for example. Whoops, alright. They just killed all those guys. We're having these guys now run by. Yeah, sappers don't have LRs, alright. And as things slowly go by, things are going to get harder and harder. So yeah, there was a flare over in that position, so I am trying to have stuff kind of react to that. We don't know where they are, all we know is the flare was somewhere over here. So we're just reacting to that accordingly. Random. Cool. Trying to have that one set up ASAP. Again, giving them... I think they saw that and they immediately pulled out instead. Yeah, no, their job is basically to patrol. Having some blind suppression fire right there. These guys are in a bit of a mess. Looks like these guys are going to also be able to avoid... Yeah, they can hear them, though. That's another thing all about Unsun and SOG is you can hear them as they're moving towards your position. So you know you are always surrounded by enemy, even if you don't actually hear them. Oh, they got spotted. So that's going to be reported in. All the units that are stuck back here, I'm going to go ahead and delete because we don't want to keep the server too clogged. Otherwise, these guys aren't under any threat. So they're shooting over there. They're going to report movement. Ah, Liberator using the enhanced movement trick. So they're just trying to get to a really high position right now. I'm going to put a force up here to act as a patrol unit. Because that is an enemy position. Sniper Wolf now coming back around. I'm going to have 2 RPD boats kind of driving down. painted in the good luck sense. That's cute. Hey, Modern Mage streaming. How are you? What were you streaming, my friend? Oh, did they came back around. They did a rocket barrage. That's nice. They took out that boat, too. That's pretty funny. Shame I missed that. But again, Iceberg, who's the co-pilot in that bird, is also streaming. So if you want to get that perspective, feel free. And we can go ahead and delete everything out here. Looks like they killed off this guy as he was coming in as well. And they're quickly trying to reposition out. These guys are actively being hunted. I'm going to start putting some stuff in front of them. Just to slow them down. And meanwhile, this group who hasn't... Actually, no, they did wipe a squad earlier, but they haven't taken any contact since. I'll put some stuff hot on their tail there. But I think they're moving up to this position to kind of identify where they are, and if they can find those three things, these are really identifiable on the map. They'll have a good idea of where they are. They just have to follow the river up, and they should be fine. Okay, so we got 2 patrol boats right there. This group, meanwhile, they're moving down the river. I don't think they've identified. I think they're just avoiding that group over there, which is still putting, like, pot shots at them. And then that group... I don't know. I think these guys are in the best shape right now. I don't think they have an exact idea of where they are at the moment, but I think they're okay for the most part. You are hearing some tracer fire back here, which is just these guys kind of forming up here and still shooting because that's also Lamb's AI suppression. But here's the thing, if they get into combat right here, they will get caught up on this hill. I will send stuff around to deal with them, but I think Sniper Wolf might actually be able to get to these guys if they're able to get up on the hill and start a firefight. Timing-wise, we might see the first extraction be up here. Throw a few RPD votes down because that's the best I have for like patrol. All right, these forces are starting to get away. I'm gonna go ahead and delete them on their rear. If I need them, I'll respawn them. Alright, so these guys got into contact. I'm going to send everything up this way. Misthrow of a Molotov there. That landed a little close. Here, actually, I'm going to spawn stuff a little closer to have them be quicker to mobilize. And then I'll delete the stuff on the rear. Simply because with Lamb's AI, stuff can be really slow to actually come down, so I'll go ahead and delete that. So they are flaring. Just a matter of does the chopper see it? Maybe they're hearing the rockets going off. But that flare is going to cause an issue here. Now here's the thing, that chopper's not going to be able to hear that gunfire. So they might see those tracers. Oh, I think he sees the flare. Yeah, he saw something over there. Players at daylight kind of suck, you know, blue smoke and whatnot. That would be a better bet. Now here's the thing, like, you gotta basically do 2 trips to get the entire squad. So I'm gonna come back to them real quick. They were coming from the west, so I'm gonna spawn a massive amount of force. Well, you know, 3 small teams isn't too bad. So they have now landed. They're only gonna be able to get 6 out, though. That's half of their team. Pilots first. And I told them this in brief, like, that is the amount you are able to get out. So keep that in mind. I'm a little worried about the pathfinding ability of the AI getting up to this position. Yep, so they've left 6. Now they're digging in. A lot of shots coming in, but now that aircraft has something to do. Alright, meanwhile, looking at this position, these guys were able to successfully pull out. They're about to hit the edge of the map to at least get some hint of where they are. Meanwhile, this group is immediately breaking contact. Is this one of the rocks that has a base in it? No, it is not. Okay. If it was, I would have spawned a lot more stuff around it. Because some of them are just secret tunnel positions, which is quite cute and insidious. Now, why am I seeing 2 guys breaking off in this direction? Uh-oh. Did 2 of them get lost? Oh, that is even worse. So the firefight with the dead guys is right there. That's not good, because they don't have short ranges. Go ahead and delete those units. Now, their hill is essentially under siege here as I'm pushing up all these units. You're seeing AT getting fired down. Yeah, so they're doing their best to dig fortifications. We got suppression going up there, but again, there's not much I can actually do about that spot. But yeah, no, so that was about 25 minutes at the start. Oh, okay, so these guys got into a gunfight. That's going to alert those 2 guys on how to get back. But now I'm going to make this a little bit of a tough fight here, because they're in the middle of just random VC territory. You got these forces that have come in, so I'll go ahead and delete the bodies here. But this is pretty much how you balance everything. But Nemesis, 47 months. Good God, you've been here a lot, mister. Hope you keep enjoying everything. It was a pleasure to watch those clips you sent me from what happened with the MAV charity event. And I hope you keep enjoying the stuff, man, watching and occasionally playing.
Send in GOAT Team 6.
Appreciate it, man. I hope everything's going well with you and Yanni's mom. So Liberator just ran up here and got shot. That's not good. Meanwhile, I am desperately trying to get everything up here. Liberator woke back up. Oh God, now these guys are getting stuck. Is this a rock? Nope, no hidden tunnels in there. I love how I have to literally like look through the tunnels to find if, or the rock textures, if there's actually like something. That's gonna obscure everything there to the gunfire and tracers of that. They're quickly trying to be on the move here. Chopper has dropped off the first group. They're now doing triple R. Oh, God. They know that. Oh, they're doing that on purpose, too. That's funny. They're making these guys hold out for it.
Hi, Command. Are these an all-in-one triple R?
Yeah, are they not behaving properly?
They're not rearming properly.
Yeah, sometimes that's an issue. Stand by. That should fix it. Just call in when you need ammo, I'll do it. I remember that issue sometimes happened with these Vics, unfortunately. Now, I hate to have to do it, but I might have to do a separation here, just so I can have all these units individually pathfind up there. There we go. Now we're seeing the
Now, the real funny question is, do we just not go back to the mountain guys?
It's up to you. You're the pilots.
Those guys here sounded disappointed that that was all they got to do, the ones we just picked up.
I did say in the beginning this could be like 30 minutes or 3 hours. Actually, I might not have said that to everyone. That might have been just my stream.
Yeah.
No, you said it to everyone.
I think you did.
Well, the other guys have like 3 platoons on them right now, so.
Boy, these guys went to a really smart location.
They did. Not gonna lie, this was a very great spot to go to in a series scenario. Like, they should be commended for that. It does suck to be the first guys rescued in an op like this because, you know, you want to be able to evade everything and whatnot, but, I mean, you did your job. You did the op. I mean, there's not much I can... That's struggling from success at that point, you know? Yeah, so whenever there's gunfire, have everything actively in the area. Start going towards it. So I'm worried about these two guys because they're going to be hearing that and adjusting accordingly. You just heard them. Now these guys are moving down the riverbed, which is a good call, mind you. I'm going to have some stuff move the opposite direction. Yeah, Chopper's heading back. Yeah, you're hearing the RPGs launching too. Good God. That's the AI firing up. Where did that get launched from? We'll have a glimpse of what's down here. That one boat, they're popping purple smoke. Quickly looking over, that group's still in the way. These groups are trying to get back together. So, Meta, yes, every one of these individual units with a red ring represents a player, and I basically act as the game master in a game of Dungeons & Dragons, or as the guide, and basically give them a good time. So, right now they're all just trying to do an evac scenario. I'm gonna put a few more groups down there just to see if Sniper Wolf does a flyby. Nope, he's not gonna risk it. Alright, so that's that AO quelled. I think in the future what I'll do is the first group that gets rescued, we can just put them back in the AO, but that'll have to be saved for a different time. Yeah, all those extra bodies you see from all the guys that they ended up killing off, because some were eventually making it up there after I pathfinded them up in that method. And again, these groups are starting to get separated, which is really, really bad to break up in additional groups. Meanwhile, these guys are making it by. They're going to make it through another patrol, but again, you can hear them locally at times. Rescuees get go-karts, yeah, right? But yes, I am essentially a DM. And JY, thanks for the 31-month resub. I'm noticing the updates are delayed again, probably because there's another DDoS going on or aware somewhere, so shit happens, but hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario, as always, my guy. Here, and if I want to be mean, here's what I'll do. Put a sentry up there. Alright, so let's see. These guys I can go ahead, delete. They're starting to get really far off, so I'll go ahead and delete those far groups. All of that I can go ahead and delete. But that is essentially the operation. I'm waiting to see if one of these, like, two-man groups gets... Oh, God, guys, that is, like, the worst place you could be right now. Oh, that's so open. Oh, my God, that... It's a really, really bad spot, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and start deleting more of the bodies back here. Because that's super open. Right now, they're basically just trying to evade the enemy until they can get close enough to the helicopter that'll be flying around to get rescued as they try to make it back to the base, which they don't even know the direction of, because they don't know where they crash landed. Ooh. So there is like a mounting horde following all the groups as time goes on. So I'm sending those around. Yeah, they're firing GLs up at this guy's position. He's just suppressing where he hears those sounds coming from. I'm really worried about these two. Really open rice paddy. A lot of units moving around. They're going to be really lucky that nothing's going to do anything here. This guy might spot him if they walk past him, but at least they're... I think they're getting lucky in the sense they're moving in the direction, maybe trying to get in the heads of the other group to ask where they are. Or they're using group chat, in which case, naughty. Gonna throw a few random patrols down just to see if I can spook air. Yep, yeah, another firefight going over there. Yeah, now I'm gonna be incredibly mean. We're gonna send a lot of stuff from every different direction here. I might also do another tank. Yeah, no, we are going to do another tank. Let's do another 34, 85 medium. Not the OT version. Let's have that come down. But as you can see, there's a lot of stuff. And as they're slowly getting through everything... Ooh, this should be interesting. Bro... Bro, that was a very bad idea. It's not the gunshots that, actually, no, it is the gunshots, excuse me. It's, that alerts everything nearby. Gives me a cue to spawn stuff, and they're a two-man group that accidentally got lost and splintered off. Suit. How's that other group doing? Because I know I sent a few things their way as well. Yep, they're starting to evade. So everything in their direction. Notice how I'm, instead of one squad, now I'm starting to do, you know, 2 to 4. Because as the SERE goes on, I tend to make things harder and harder. Yeah, no, that guy did accidentally fire his gun, which I found quite funny. Oh dear, now they're gonna hear that. See, but as time moves on in the squad, even though they lose people and have to make decisions to pull out, means other people are gonna get lost and I'll eventually, not gonna lie, probably gonna end up swarming and killing these two. We're gonna push that tank over. Because these are balanced for the full squad, so if you splinter off slightly, now they might be able to still, because the chopper's coming by, they might be able to get her attention. And adjust accordingly. But it's unlikely. And again, what's nice is I can just bring the people to where the bodies are, because you'd assume they would have fired some gunshots and therefore been audible. Ah, that's a shame. That's also not a tunnel area. Yeah, so this, for example, this is a tunnel. You can actually, like, there is a tunnel position in there that you can move into and do stuff on. So I will put just a static patrol right there to defend that area. Yeah, I have a lot following that group, and now we hear more gunshots, so now I'm going to adjust them as they're immediately taken out. Chopper is almost by these guys. So as long as they keep engaging and then immediately pulling away, they should be fine. That's also giving cause for these guys to be heard. I'm going to do another few RPDs. Now it's also a little easier on me as the Zeus to juggle 2 AOs instead of 1. So we'll put those RPDs down. Whew, but yeah, just a lot of Zeus micro, which I'm not gonna lie is one of the things I actually really like to do. Yeah, so you saw some gunshots there. Now some of the groups that are a little further back, I'm deleting. Come on, you hear that chopper? Yep, they're getting flare guns out. But it's a little to their south. How are these guys doing? Here's the thing about playing with the edge of the map. Oh, Chopper's gonna fly right over them. Come on, where are those flares? I think they see the tracers, that's why. Smokes are going off as well. And they have a perfect LZ next to them. Where's that tank? Hey, you want to do something evil? Yep, so these guys need to make it to that chopper because on the second wave, they might be able to actually get everyone out. Almost gave this man a haircut. So again, they're only going to be able to load up 6 guys, and they're like 8 or 9 man groups. Now here's the thing, they're leaving 6 behind, right? What about the 2 more that are going to fight their way through here and make it? Yeah, they might at least, they're going to probably keep moving, to be honest, so they're not immediately overwhelmed in that area. But again, that's going to make it harder for that 2-man team. So now that we know that this position is utilized, I'm also going to delete that bottom right corner. We don't need it in terms of frames. Start sending more over in this area. We're gonna repaste all of these. Respawn them as trap groups. Because again, Lambs makes it tougher for them to mobilize properly. But let's see, they're going in this direction, I think because they might have spotted the border, yep. And saw that was all Roman, so they're moving the opposite direction. Now they know towards the east is the map border. So you hear that gunfire. They don't know it's friendly, though. This is going to get messy. Where's that tank? I can go ahead and delete this group, because again, Lambs is making all these units just run around like willy-nilly. Ah, yes. There's the tank. Lovely little device there. We can delete those southern boats. These guys breaking away. Good job here. They're getting some good kills. But yeah, I always make sure, unless I'm told that they want a SERE that's a lot more realistic, because realistically, you wouldn't get into these massive firefights. I do these because my player bases generally like to go out and murder stuff.
Unknown distance.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so these guys are making it to where that LZ was. But everything at this rate. Why are you running away from that position? I think because they're tracking the chopper. That's why. Lambs lets them do stuff like that, which is annoying. Oh, God, they ran into the tank! They do have AT.
Get south before this tank moves over here.
Oh, because...
Is evac bird to high? How many groups total are there?
3.
Let's give them a warm up. Copy.
Technically 4, because one of them splintered off and got cut off by the tank that came up to the LZ. Oh! Oh, that's good. That's not actually, it's really, really bad for the players, but it's good because it just adds to the insanity here. Also, the reason I'm spawning in trap squads or sapper squads is because A, they don't have long-range radios, which, you know, like the recon squads would, but then again, I'm just going to start ferrying them again, because why not? At this point, we don't have encryption on, so if they pick up an OP4 radio, they're able to use it on Blue 4 radios. That's something I do want to fix for later. But B... Ooh, grenade throw right there, almost hit them. What was B? Oh yeah, I don't want to spawn too big of a group because then it lags the server a little bit when you spawn in a big group like this. Which it's realistic to how many there were, but it can cause some issues. Especially like a full platoon of infantry, which to me a platoon is like double that, but you know. Oh God, they're getting hit with grenades pretty hard here. Oh, we don't want to do those. Those are... Those are a little beyond the years there. Scout group. I totally do a bicycle scout group, but it's not worth it. I don't want to give them bikes. It's too easy. All right, we're sending everything over to this AO at this point. I think Karn actually got hit by that airstrike. Oh! That was a Molotov right on him. Now they're Molotoving all the way back here, too. I think that might also be the tank just firing willy-nilly because it's suppressing. Let's see, all this stuff back here I can go ahead and delete as well because it's too far off. Chopper doing its best to eliminate additional groups before it lands. That's smart. Air's doing a great job of keeping these guys secure before it lands and picks them up. The issue is, we got these two chuckleheads. They're popping smoke left and right here. They're trying to get the chopper's attention. That's also going to get the attention. Oh, no. The tank. Guys, the tank has eyes, too. The tank saw it, and, oh, dear. The tank is not amused. All right, how are these guys doing? They're still bypassing. Wow, they're doing a great job evading what I have. Chopper's doing its best. I will have groups further up start trickling in because we're in the middle of Bad Boy Town, but... yeah, Chopper also sees those two smokes up there. Is gonna wonder what that is. Oh, they actually nailed it. Yeah, so they got the colored smoke over here. Not sure if they got the Chopper's attention there, but I think the Chopper now knows there could potentially be two groups down that they have to do rescue because that squad broke apart. So now they need to make a decision. They might go for those two. They're doing an orbital right now, but they're under heavy fire. Yep, they're trying to fly low and slow. They see that green smoke down there. Those are friendlies, so they're trying to get the Chopper's attention, but there's two active groups here of units, and I mean, there's a chopper going on. The whole battle net right now for the VC and NVA is going to be going crazy because of all of this action here. So at this point, it's going to be really difficult for these units to disengage because all acting units everywhere are just going to start reacting to this. The chopper is going to attempt the landing. Look at all that fire coming in from that tracer effect I have. Now, they don't see these colored lines. That's just purely for me. You can see the little yellow in front of it. Quick barrage of rockets there to get rid of those guys. So these guys are going to continue to be in the field. They're going to pretty much be surrounded now because of all the action that happened. Because this whole area is aggroed from all of the fighting and everything else that happened there. So I think the chopper's going to go drop them off and then come back. Meanwhile, these guys, they did successfully... oh, yeah, no, I can do a lot of stuff back here. Pretty much everything across the river I can now delete because they've gotten away. They've successfully broken contact, though. So I'm going to make it a little easier for them, though they might get some contact here. But, yeah, crossing a river, getting away from that area. Definitely a good call. But I love the reaction of the players. They know that this isn't a hold and engage. This is if you get shot at, you need to run the opposite direction at that point. So I love seeing that reaction from these guys. Because normally TSB is a lot more aggressive, but it's these types of ops where they know that they have to have the tactics of they need to get out of there. Otherwise, they risk getting eliminated. Here's the thing, though. They have 8 players down here. 2 are in the chopper, 6 are down here, and that chopper's now trying to go around and find them. You can hear rockets flying by as well. So they're quickly looking around. They need to put some more colored smoke or something to get that chopper's attention. They might be out of flares.
I'm here clubbing with the SLR.
No, he's full. He's full. He's just shooting it up in the air.
Bro, use your ears. Dude, they're in a loud-ass chopper, and they're not going to be able to hear you. At all. Oh. Another Molotov.
Will Pete out east. Additional frag out southeast.
So they're dropping willies, but they are pretty much in the shit right now.
Hey, hi, we're coming in pretty hot to the airfield. We could use a quick rearm to get back out, unless you want to make us wait. It's up to you.
Roger, I'll give it like 20 seconds and then rearm you after you land.
Yep.
If you could have one of the air base's medics touch me, that'd be great.
Yep, just dismount, I'll give you a heal. Not gonna lie, I'm impressed you actually found the 2 little lambs that got lost from their squad.
They pop smoke.
So hope the other group there can last.
Just tell them to think of the dentist.
God in heaven.
Alright, I booped the chopper's ammo, but for repair and fuel, I know those work at least, so you'll have to do that yourselves.
Good enough, we're good.
Yeah, those other 6 might not survive. Because at this point, they are starting to get swarmed. Mox has gone down. Looks like they're abandoning that position. They're trying to dig some trenches real quick. Claudes has a good idea for turtling. Karn just ran out, he got shot. Chopper's coming back. I'd be willing to bet they probably see the tracer fire. Looks like Claudes went down. It's just Falcon and Obi here. Mox has been killed, unfortunately. Just wasn't enough time. They're in the trees. Oh God! Obi got knocked away. Oh my God, Falcon! Obi wakes back up. Falcon dancing around this guy. Oh my God. They might actually be able to get out of there, which is quite impressive, but gotta give some attention to these guys. They were able to break contact again. I'm sending like 4 to 5 squads now. We'll do 4 here. Is that nope, doesn't have tunnels. All right, let's go back to the action real quick. Do they have a smoke grenade or something? They're trying. Do they see that streak of smoke? Yes, they do. They put a flare up as well. All right, I'm gonna make them work for it. Again, this area is really hot because they already had a chopper land and pick people up. Twice. This is an Arma 3 CDLC SOG Prairie Fire with some mods, yes. Falcon can't keep getting away with this. Yeah, I know, but he does. So that's Falcon and Obi Red. Oh my god. I know I can't let them escape, but they escaped fair and square. 4 out of the 6 there got KI-8'd. I mean, I can't make it any more balanced than that, to be honest. And again, the only reason they got hit so hard was the Huey already landed and picked people up twice. So this is probably the most violent we're going to see the AO get, unless these guys make multiple trips, but they've been successfully evading large groups as I keep sending stuff around, but they're fairly close, you know? Falcon, yes, he made some really good calls. He knew when to move and when not to, and he also got lucky, again. Because Obi got knocked out as Falcon was running, but Obi woke back up. But holy crap. See, another reason this group got hit so hard was because 2 guys got lost, and then the VC thought there were 2 groups of SOG in there because they were reporting 2 different areas of contact, which pulled even more forces into the AO. Because I try to react based off of what the AI or what the VC, NVA, whatever the enemy faction is thinking. And if they're reporting that, hey, we have 2 active firefights going on in this region, I mean, 1 team of SOG is something, but 2 SOG teams, then you gotta wonder, why are they here? Falcon, I would say he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but he just has a really, really high level of luck that always seems to work in his favor. Okay, these guys got into a firefight.
Hi, we could use another top off whenever you're ready. We'll wait.
Yep, stand by. 1 mic. A little less. Yeah, so the ammo, for whatever reason, is a bit borked, so... I'm having a lot more stuff coming around at this point for all these. Should be good. Funny enough, the final group is actually very, very close to the base. At this rate, they might actually be able to get back there, because from here you can see the air base, which is quite funny. Alright, we can go ahead and delete everything down there. And I'll keep things over there for now, but... So there's massive firefight. I don't think you can hear from the airbase, though, and you got all these chuckleheads hotboxing.
Airbase.
Yeah, so they can increase their render range as much as you want. You can't really see any tracer fire going around over here, though. Oh, great. Falcon here to gloat. Picture having a fight instead of just extracting. Yeah, right? What's up, Falcon? Do you want me to explain why that happened? Because I was just explaining to chat why that got so messy. You're not here to gloat, I getcha. Huey might actually see some of these rounds going off, but we'll see. I don't see any tracers, because I have the tracer effect turned off right now. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Sidearms save lives, yeah, right? Mox, what did you think? You're calling it the R word, which I can't repeat for Twitch's sake. Here's what I am curious about. Did you tell the chopper there were 2 guys out there that that had to go get picked up? Because I'm curious to know how the chopper spotted you guys first, and then went for the other group, the 2 guys that got lost, and then grabbed them, left, and came back. Yeah, so I'm just curious how that whole exchange went, you know? But so far, there were only 4 KIAs, and it was in the latest group that got extracted. The other group already got fully extracted. They got extracted a little early. Some people expressed disappointment with that. But they literally went to the tallest place they could and got extracted there. You knew they were picked up because of shack tag, but you didn't know where they were? Yeah. They every time there was a firefight, they kept coming back to try to find you, but they couldn't. Because you guys were breaking away too quick, which is what you're supposed to be doing, just you got lost. They got lost, excuse me. Which I thought was quite funny. Now, eventually, if that tracer fire gets heavy enough, I will call the chopper and say, hey, we see tracer fire coming from the base out in the distance, but I don't see it yet. I'd have to see it from like over here. And I can just barely hear it over everything at the moment, so. I don't know, player. What I'm also thinking is the first team that gets rescued, we'll just like throw them back on the map so they can have more time for it. And if they just happen to get extracted again quick, then you know that's just luck of the draw at that point. But you know, that's just to help extend the players that only get like, you know, the first 25 minutes of fun. I think that would be a good idea for the next time. But I am making this hell now, so. Because we're right next to an enemy base, and the VC know about it, so. That one Molotov? Yeah. Oof. Those Molotovs, man, do not screw around. Though in the future, for ops like these, for SOG, I do need to turn on radio encryption so someone can't take an enemy radio and then immediately call 5-0, so. Ooh, hill gain, yeah, right? Nah, because they were up here when the flares were popped, which is a little far. Again, I'm basing it off of my own render distance because of my own biases. But I mean, they're also coming around on foot. I'm also looking for colored smoke or whatnot, but now they're starting to get a little far. Here, what time is it? Yeah, with the bullets going by, they would have been some streaks of tracers. That would have been eventually told up the chain, but it would be slow. But yeah, you can see the tracer streaks from all the way back here. So I'll give them one more pass with it, and we'll see if they notice. Hey, Chopper, this is Hi Message.
Good.
So we're thinking we're seeing some tracer fire in the distance from the base, about northeast. I want to say a few clicks away past the little river, somewhere around 120179, give or take. Could just be smoke signals or the VC alerting each other to stuff firing in the air, but it's worth a shot since there's still one more team out there. How copy? Because, you know, that makes sense.
Hey,
You know, if the base sees something out there, like, sometimes the VC will fire in the air to signal each other, but, you know, if it's just sustained, then, you know, they're close enough to base where people on the base perimeter would see it, is what I'm trying to get at. Therefore, it's fair. But I'm gonna make this hell. Yeah, no, Arch, you were freaking lucky, but you did exactly what you needed to. Chopper came by, you popped the smoke, so Chopper saw the smoke and picked you up. But I'll go over what everyone did and why I reacted certain ways in debrief. That was fun at the end, righto, man. Again, this whole point is for you to have fun. I'll also go over the next time I try to do this, because I'm working on a Vietnam-style project as well. What I'll do for next time. You're on the base perimeter, you can't see it, that's fair. I mean, again, like, there's the base out there. I'm basing off of my render distance, so. Again, they're not all gonna be able to fit. Now it's a matter, oh my gosh, they're gonna push off the LZ into, oh dear. Off of that defensive position, try to find another LZ. This could be tough, because they're now gonna fight through.
Look, I'm almost out of ammo.
I've got ammo.
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple of mags. Won't find them.
Oh dear, Zero just got blown away. Is that a shotgun? Yeah, it's a double barrel. Dude, shotgun's slapping this mod. Holy crap, the trench gun is amazing in this game. Oh, you see it in Friday Night Fights. Like, that thing will murder people. It's amazing. Willie Pete down, a little far. Yeah, I can already hear that chopper coming back, you know? All right. Liru being evil time. The VC are coming. Yeah, they gotta retreat back to the hill. Wow, they left one of the pilots down here too. Good God. All right, we go ahead and delete all the groups back there as well. They're at the wrong LZ. Righto going down. Hope everything's okay. Yes, I think the plan was for them to move down to that LZ, but they got stuck. They're gonna see that blue smoke. They got that chopper shooting at him. Ooh! Danger close. They're doing their best. Chopper's now coming in to pick them up. Most of them are crippled too. Good God. There they go. Whew. AT was also getting right up here and ready to go too. Good God. Isn't that nice? All forces, all groups in the AO have been rescued. Stand by for index.
No, let us land.
Better
Don't
let
you
us
do
land,
this.
goddammit.
All right, fine, fine.
Oh, we're watching. We were actually
All right, indexing. There were 4 casualties in the second group. Or, casualty means you got wounded, KIA means you got killed, so 4 KIAs, but... Oh, man.
Heck yeah, good
That
job,
was
boys. Good job.
fucking awesome.
Anyway,
Squad Alpha, the best squad.
That was...
Oh, lame
Alright,
squad.
so in the future, what I'm thinking is for the first group that gets evac'd, I'll probably just throw you back in the field on a backup position so you can do it again, because I know the first group had a few complaints about getting taken first, but hey, it just means you did everything you needed to. But let's go over everything. So first group, I deployed top left of the map by the river. They snuck around a boat patrol that went up to see what crash landed, because going in, I let the VC under the assumption that they knew where you crashed, or at least the direction, so they homed in on it. They avoided their patrols, ran into one of the secondary patrols I sent in, climbed to the highest point they could, which just happened to be like probably one of the highest points on the map, period. That was garrisoned by enemy. Chopper happened to be flying nearby, because again, a lot of this is luck-based as well. They got the chopper's attention with some flares, then some smoke. Half of them got extracted. The other half then stayed put. Dealt with over 100 VC trying to pathfind up there and get onto their position. And as they were finally getting through the pathfinding issues, Chopper came back. They had to fight to get on the Chopper and then left. So overall, really well done right there, because you guys did exactly what you needed to. Knowing that you'd be evac'd via Chopper, you got to a high position. You got the Chopper's attention. You got out of there. Second group, I put you on the bottom left of the map. That was kind of the Badlands area of the roads were also in good terrain, so they could bring in tanks and other vehicles. You evaded the original patrols, got into some contact. What got really, really messy for you guys was 2 of you got lost. So there
After I
were...
told them we're going northeast.
Yep. So all of a sudden, the VC, they knew there was one group of something moving around. Now there were 2 groups of people that they couldn't identify strength or number, but they knew instead of one group, there were 2 groups actively having firefights. So they thought you were a much bigger force than you were, so they reacted by sending a much bigger force to that area, especially after the second time the chopper landed and they were still reporting contact. They were bringing everything in at that point. So I would say out of all the AOs, you guys had the hardest job because of the misinformation the enemy had, because 2 of them got lost. So it made for a really messy pullout for the third evac. 4 out of the 6 of you died, and then the 2 remaining were able to then get the chopper's attention and pull away. So I'm just stating, for the record, you guys had the toughest job because the enemy thought there were more of you than actually were because of what happened. So shit happens. Hope you had fun nonetheless. Sorry for those of you that are salty about it. Third group did a great job as well. They started in the top right of the map. Went down the... you spawned close to the edge of the map. You then went closer into the map. Chopper went by you. I guess they didn't see your flare, because I know that was early on, or they chose to ignore it because it was too early. You guys kept going. You then found close to the edge of the map again. I think at that point you realized you were at the edge of the map, so you started going the opposite direction, crossed the river. Once you crossed the river, things got a little messy for you, and I had the enemy density be much denser the closer you got to the airbase, because the NVA and VC are, actively around there trying to make sure nothing leaves that airbase on the ground. So you fought that. I then reported, because I kept seeing tracer fire coming from that direction. Now, VCA and NVA would fire in the air to alert each other. like once or twice, but you know, constantly that was happening every like minute.
Send in
So
goat
I assumed there was a firefight
6
going on there. Told the
now.
chopper to go look in that direction. But I think they would have found you eventually because they were already on that vector to find you. But I just wanted to speed it up for a minute or two. You then got picked up. Almost didn't survive the second pickup because you tried to push down to an ulterior LZ before you realized you were surrounded. And then pushed up that hill. Some really close airstrikes there, but you were eventually all able to be picked up. I think 3 out of 4 of you were crippled by the end of that. And then you got back to base. So overall, really good job. This is all testing for a project I also have in mind for more of these types of ops, run on a larger framework set, more on that TBA, because I have this down the line. But this was great to learn information like map tools don't work with the SOG maps. I have to use them with the regular maps. And the enemies spawn with radios and long-range radios, so if I want to negate that issue, I just turn on radio encryption because we have it off by default. So you can't just, you know, kill a guy and then use the radio to alert the chopper. But I appreciate the guys that picked up those radios and then didn't use them. Or tried and found out that the range was pretty pathetic. So I hope you had fun. We're going to go squad leaders and then the Huey. So first squad.
First squad is officially known as Hill Gang.
Thanks, Boo.
We just evaded contact, especially when the boat came by. We just crawled most of the way then.
And Archangel, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Hope you
took
enjoyed that
sporadic
up.
contact
Hope you keep enjoying them.
Up to the hill,
I
and
appreciate
then
it so much.
somehow evaded the entire fortress that is the hill to get to the LZ, and then had a firefight on top. But otherwise, yeah. And we already had a private alpha debrief in the base. So then Bravo for second team.
For Bravo, we seem to encounter a lot of Molotovs. Enough every firefight was either involved a Molotov when they were close enough. And the first tank we encountered was a flame tank, which nearly burnt us all alive. So we got lucky, I dare say. Yeah, we had a further trek to go. We kept going east. We did all right, and then we just got swarmed at the end by a fair amount of AI that were, well, I'd argue that they should have come more from our south, but they seem to be more coming from all around. But yeah, that's all I've got to say on it. Squad did good. The 2 guys that went south, maybe just try and listen a bit more next time. That's it for me.
Okay, so third squad, on the top right. Movement area was a bit limited because of the river and there were bird patrols, so we decided to just stay on the eastern side until we made it pretty much on the western vector towards the airfield. Then we crossed fast and we almost got back to the airfield, but then the chopper found us and popped a couple of flares. It landed, found out that not everyone can fit in at once. If I didn't know that, I probably would have just walked the entire force to the airfield as a whole and not used the chopper, but we did get out even though one of the airstrikes was a bit close. But yes, that was because there was enemies at the LZ. And yeah, that's about it. Everyone did great. I did get friendly fire twice and we repeated twice. Check your weapons you're using and check if...
Oh, right. I need to put feedback up.
Heard it.
Whoop whoop does whoop whoop stuff. Simple. That's it. For me, at least.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it. Nothing.
Alright, I almost forgot to put feedback up. I will do that now. Hope you guys had fun. If you didn't, feel free to bash me in the feedback channel.
Suck best mindset.
Dude, that was fucking great.
Good up.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, BRB. Alright, so we'll be back in about an hour and a half for, what is it, Warhammer 40k operation. I'll be a Space Marine on the ground. It's a mix of Space Marines and regular Guardsmen or Kriegsmen. I honestly don't remember, but we'll find out in about an hour. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. They seem to like it. Otherwise, cheers, and yeah, have a good one. Hopefully see you in an hour.